Naru combo. What does that mean and how does it work? So this is a very mana intensive combo, but these mid-range decks kind of tend to go long and put a lot of lands into play anyways. So Naru Master Wizard is the namesake for the combo. So she says it's a flash spell that when she comes into play, you get to copy an instant or sorcery spell you control, and then you may choose new targets for that spell. So the goal of this combo, it requires 7 mana. So what you do is, with Ghostly Flicker on the stack, you retain priority, and then you play Naru to copy Ghostly Flicker. Copy Ghostly Flicker. Then the copy of Ghostly Flicker that Naru makes blinks Naru, as well as a land generating a mana, or a Coiling Oracle or Wall of Omens to draw a card, or a Kitchen Finks to gain 2 health, or an Eternal Witness to return a card from your hand, and you generate an arbitrarily large amount of Ghostly Flicker effects, which allow you to generate infinite mana, or gain infinite health, or draw an arbitrary number of cards for your choosing. Once you have that happen, we have Duskwatch Recruiter and Walking Ballista. Oh, actually? Huh. So you have Duskwatch Recruiter and Walking Ballista to spend your infinite mana on things to actually combo kill. To interrupt myself, now that I'm thinking about it, we actually don't need Duskwatch Recruiter in this deck, right? We actually don't need Duskwatch Recruiter in this deck, right? Because if we have Chord of Calling while we have Naru going, we just go get one of these. Yeah, a Wall or a Coiling Oracle does the trick, right? As I was explaining the combo, I was like, oh, we don't actually need that, right? And I haven't played any matches yet, so let's actually drop this league and get our money back and cut the Duskwatch Recruiter really quick. So the Walking Ballista lets us spend the infinite mana, which is nice, and kill them, but we can draw to the Walking Ballista. All right, so I'm going to put the Path back into the main deck here. And then, what do I want the last card on the side? Where just like another Damping Sphere? It's probably fine. All right, let's do that. Now, the clip is fine. The clip is fine. Still clip that. No, I don't think so. Because if they shut off your Walking Ballista somehow, you can just gain infinite health with Kitchen Finks. You can gain infinite health with Kitchen Finks or Thragtusk. So, infinite health beats most decks too. Like, obviously it doesn't beat them on Magic Online. So, like, we'll probably at one or more points in this league, just like concede a game or a match where I'll be like, okay, we were at infinite health here. We'd win this in paper, but this is Magic Online, so we don't win it. So, like, this probably isn't going to be a deck that I'll play many times on Magic Online. But if you want to test something sweet in paper, it could be sweet. I cut it Wannabe Beetle because it's silly. I put in a Walking Ballista. For budgetary reasons, if you wanted to play birds, you could play birds for sure. And hands like this are sweet, right? Because I just get to go, like, Coiling Oracle Wall, and then we just, like, use our Ghostly Flicker as a divination. Sahali could be okay here. The problem with Sahali is that she's another 4-mana card, and people, as someone who's interacted with people in the Magic community that like playing Creature Toolbox decks for a long time, let me tell you, people that play Creature Toolbox deck love to shove fucking 4-mana cards into their deck. And that includes me. And it takes discipline and years of practice to realize you need to stop putting fucking 4-mana cards in your deck so you stop dying. Modern is a format that's about mana efficiency and not dying. So that's why you should not shove a bunch of them in there. Someone just said, would you ever play Paper Magic on stream like you did before? Nope. Paper Magic on stream is approximately 3 times as much work as streaming Magic Online, and it produces content that's half as popular. So it is more work for content that less people like. Should probably restart Magic Online after this. Look at that. Hit the Windswept Heath like the goddamn professional that we are. This is a good turn 3. I'm just a simple man who wants to pay 4 mana and draw 2 cards. Just, you know, or 3 mana and draw 2 cards. Jeez, we get to Ghostly Flicker our Mystic Snake 2 chat. How is this even fair? WotC, ban Ghostly Flicker now. It's so unfair. You don't necessarily need 3 blue because you can Chord for Naru as well. So you can Chord for Naru with Ghostly Flicker on the stack. Bad Ghostly Flicker on Bad Skullclamp. Is this a Collective Brutality? That's a little rough. Means I can't Mystic Snake next turn. I do thankfully have a second Flicker, but it's still a little bit sad. So next turn we'll go block Hallowed 1, block Bloodghast, Ghostly Flick both our dudes. It's like a 3 mana Cryptic Command counter spell draw card, right? So now the question is, do I want to fetch? I think I want to fetch Shock here and get Breeding Pool. Nope. Yep. Actually a Naru card deck. No typos here. This is game 1. Game 1, match 1. Watch this one be a land, just stacked him wrong. Tilt. Tilt! Unlucky. Unlucky. Eternal Witness Ghostly Flicker is also kind of wonderful. It's okay, Coiling Oracle draws more Coiling Oracles. God bless. God bless. Snakes. Snakes on snakes and snakes. Also, like, if we draw, like, a Path to Exile here, like, Naru a Path to Exile, Naru a Path to Exile is also, like, pretty reasonable, right? Probably gonna go Chump plus block here. That's unfortunate. Maybe I'm gonna double, I think I'm gonna double the Flameblade Adept now. If they hadn't powered up the Flameblade Adept, I just let it through, but I think now that it's on 4, we gotta double block it. Because, like, even if they bolt to, like, blow out my double block, I think that's still profitable for us, because, like, a bolt going upstairs is scary this game, too. Our health total is getting a little bit low. We're really looking for, like, a Chord or a Thragtusk or something to stabilize our health total a bit more. I'm pretty sure Naru on Chord works the way we want. I'm like 90% sure it works the way we want. Llama 916 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people you can support on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. My stuff this month. I think I'm fetching another Breeding Pool here. Because while a spell is on the stack, the X is in the cost. Perfect. So we're going down to 8. We're going down to 7. A single Kitchen Finks is going to help us stabilize the board really hard here. Also, they just, like, don't have anything else going on. Like, these Coiling Oracles are just going to, like, block forever, which is great. Path to Exile is also a fantastic draw here because of the Naru in our hand. Get to, like, clean their board out nicely. Mendiclick's okay. Hopefully we hit a green or a blue source here. Ding. Is that a good draw? How do we feel about that one, chat? Pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures over there. 1, 2, 3 creatures over here. Not bad, .jpg. Flashback eluding here, probably. Yep. We don't have enough green for Scavenging Ooze to get out of Lightning Bolt range right away, which kind of sucks. We're actually not in an amazing spot right now. Like, we're in an okay spot, but, like, we are definitely have a lot of draws that they could have to kill us this game. Oh, geez, they had Flamewake Phoenix there, too. Yeah, we're taking 2 here. And, like, next turn we're going to pop Scooze up to a 4/4. I'd really like to draw a green fetch, or just like our other basic forest. Path to Exile is also a great draw still. Because Path to Exile, we could kill exile their bird plus their Hallowed one. We're going to be dead to double bolt no matter how they slice it. I guess the extra island there is actually a pretty good draw, right? Because it lets me get this up to a 4/4, and it lets me play the Vendiclick to block this Flameblade Adept. So I'm going to go ahead and click them now. Just, like, get an idea of what they have going on up there. Bolt, Burning Inquiry. I'm just going to ship that Bolt, I think. Remember, just because your cards are instants doesn't mean you have to play them on your opponent's turn. You can and should play them out aggressively a lot of the time. We lost Walking Ballista. Also been Mystic Stake there. Kept the Naru. Drew a way to get another green source here. Like, if this Scavenging Ooze doesn't go away here, we're going to have a lot of game. Just tuned in. Is this the last League of the Night? Also, just kind of Period Storm is coming along well. I think this is the last League of the Night. I don't know. I'm gonna see how I'm feeling after this, if I'm being honest. I am not going to block the Bloodghast with the Scavenging Ooze because I don't want it to die to a Bolt or Collective Brutality here. I'm gonna get to eat the bird with the Scavenging Ooze. Why wouldn't I get to eat the bird with the Scavenging Ooze? Alright, I have 1 card left. And I think I'm going to be super conservative with this Scavenging Ooze and my blocks and just, like, never expose it to Bolt here. Sweet. So, Rex Sage gets to come in here. Okay, I just watched the Goblin 2 Otron and laughed my fucking ass off. Here's some more bits. So I know there was a lot of content from yesterday, but if you should watch the Goblins 2 appearances. They're match 1 of the Flame Whack video and their match 1 of the Red Black Goblins video are the 2 matches I played in character as the Goblin. They are worth your time to go watch if you enjoy my content. They're amusing to say the least. Hi, wifey. Thank you for the cupcakes. All right, so I definitely want the Rec Sage. Honestly, my sideboard doesn't have a lot of cards here for this matchup, which probably isn't a big deal. I think our main deck has a lot of reasonable cards here overall. I don't think Alliance is good enough just because of all the things they have to sacrifice. Yeah, so I think I'm just swapping Snake for Rec Sage here. Yeah, I think Kataki's too cute against Hollow One. The Living End deck was a steaming pile of dumpster fire. She's probably watching ads for those, Nivik. I think another card people like to talk about bringing into this matchup a lot of the time is Eidolon of Rhetoric, but I think its 1/4 stats just make it not good enough in this matchup. Coming down on turn 3 is often too slow, so I think Eidolon is not a card that you're interested in bringing in against Hallowed One creature decks like this. The Flame Whack video and the Red-Black Goblins video. I think this hand's okay. It's got Scavenging Ooze in it. It's got a Mana Dork. Reflector Mage is pretty good in this matchup too. Well, I lost my skews, but at least they lost a Hallowed One. I'm gonna go ahead and get basic forest here, just preserve my health total as much as possible. Out of curiosity, what is your opinion on the green-white Angel Evolution deck? So basically, my opinion on all of these creature combo decks is by and large the same. I think a lot of them are just a little bit too clunky for the format in general. I think our interaction's a little bit too expensive. This is an iteration that I haven't played before, so like this combo finish doesn't stress your mana base out a lot, and it has utility when you're not comboing. So I'm curious to see how it feels, but a lot of the existing creature combo decks that I've played feel pretty clunky overall. Yep, definitely average bloom will do. Happy to do that. I think that deck's really powerful and pretty consistent. The fact that we like had this start 2 games in a row, jeez, we just drew the Ghostly Flicker is so good. When we combo with Naru and Ghostly Flicker, we also generate infinite mana as well, so we can kill with Walking Ballista. Rallier Safi Blasting Station sounds really clunky and awkward. You can sell cards directly with MTGO traders for store credit or cash. There's already a Goblin command. Let's add more detail there and give that Twitch clip for people who haven't seen it. Need to restart Moto after this match. Easy, no blocks here. Grim Lavamancer is really annoying. I think I'm just going to path both their threats here. So I'm going to cast Path to Exile, target Grim Lavamancer with Path on the stack. I'm going to Naru my Path to Exile. So kill both your things. That's true, actually. Yeah, let's just restart it now. There's no way we're going to combo with this much lag. Just hanging out tonight, folks. Playing some Modern. I'm going to be live again. I think this is going to be my last league for tonight, but I'll probably be live again tomorrow morning. No, that was me restarting Magic Online because it's running very slowly. You have to restart it occasionally to clear out its memory leaks or restart them. They're at 14, so just like attacking for like 2 and 4 points of damage could add up very quickly. It's still running kind of slow. They must be having server side lag tonight. Hopefully they play a Hallowed one here and we get to Acidic Slime it. It's also worth noting that with the Naru in play, if we just like draw a second Ghostly Flicker, we get to like Ghostly Flicker, retain priority, Ghostly Flicker again and get comboing. Is that... I can combo next turn now, right? Yeah, I can combo next turn. So I'm going to Acidic Slime here, kill one of their things. And then next turn, assuming they don't have a removal spell, I can go Ghostly Flicker, retain priority, Chord for Naru in response. And then go off. Please bolt me here. Please bolt me here. Yeah, bolt me, baby. That's one less piece of removal they're likely to have when we combo next turn. Fatal Push, deal. That's great, Marty. That GIF is just A+ fantastic. So I need to be able to chord for 4. So I actually needed the land there, right? Because they killed my thing. Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we hit the land here, so we're good. So I get to Ghostly Flicker, target these two. And then in response to this, chord for Naru. So the Naru is going to come into play and copy Ghostly Flicker. And now if they don't have removal for Naru, we're going to get an infinite number of Ghostly Flickers here, which just gives us all of the things. So I'm going to start by blowing up all my opponent's lands for good measure. And then again, this lets us draw infinite cards and generate infinite mana. So it's kind of tedious to go through on Magic Online. So I'm just killing all of the other lands, yeah. GG's. So We get to keep Ghostly Flickering, and then eventually I'm going to get to go through Coiling Oracle, and then once I draw enough cards to find my Walking Ballista for win conditions, my infinite Ghostly Flickers allow me to blink Naru in one of my lands to generate infinite mana, and then we cast a large Walking Ballista and kill them. So, sweet. That match was a great example of like why decks like this are sweet, because like the first game we won through just like fair means by like gumming up the board with our creatures, and then the second game there we actually went off with our combo finish. So yeah, it's really neat because like you don't have to like shove like a triple red card into this deck to kill the opponent basically. Like, we don't have to splash Kiki Jiki in here to have an infinite combo. You can also gain infinite health with Kitchen Finks or Thragtusk with Naru, so you got a lot of angles going on. We won through fair memes. This is a better clunky mid-range creature combo deck than Saheeli. I have no idea. It's different for sure. I kind of enjoy casting Ghostly Flicker. This is a pretty easy mulligan here. 2 mana card, 3 mana do nothing currently, 3 5 mana cards. I'm gonna keep this on the draw. We're on the draw. Yeah, we're on the draw. Yeah, I'll keep this. If they're a fast deck, Path to Exile might help slow them down. So, looks like Poop Bears probably fetch a Hallowed Fountain with this. Are there enough Godless Shrines? We do have a Temple Garden. The Temple Garden's less bad in this deck than in the burn deck, though. Why does everyone assume the dabbing was paid for? To be fair, most things are paid for on this channel. Ooh. And this deck gets to play Wall of Omens. I do love me some Wall of Omens, chat. You could say I'm a connoisseur of Wall of Omens. What do you think of Black-White Smallpox? You should, if you like Black-White Smallpox, you should look up the Goryo Smallpox deck that we played on stream recently. It seemed pretty sweet. Also worth noting in this deck is on 5 mana, you can just like path Naru the Path and like double path some things for more creature removal. It's a little clunky, but like not terrible. Why is there no Sacred Fountain? Because there's no uncastable goblins, chat. There's no uncastable goblins. It's a long path. I hardly knew ya. Hopefully they don't have a... If they have a Displacer, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. If we miss a land drop here, we're just going to Eternal Witness back to Flooded Strand. We definitely want to hit all of our lands in this deck. If we hit a land this turn, all right. It's kind of like hitting 2 lands. I think that was the read Naru pause, yeah. So now we can fetch shock a breeding pool with this. Probably a breeding pool because we need triple blue the turn we combo. I don't think I have any double white cards in the deck either, right? It's the sideboard. Pretty sure we're on no double white cards. It's actually the Goryo Smallpox deck we were talking about. Yeah, no double white. God, the mana in this deck is so clean. It's amazing how clean the mana is when you don't have uncastable goblins. Is this gonna be a displacer? Please don't be a displacer. Fuck. Yeah, the fact that we lost our path just means we're gonna get got here. Ugh. Another temple is brutal because now they can double blink this Thought-Knot Seer. I didn't attack because I want to threaten a double block if they attack with Thought-Knot Seer. The nice thing is that Chord of Calling is a card we can play in response to Thought-Knot Seer taking cards away from us, which is nice. I think I'm going to double block here. It, like, forces them to use the Displacer. Okay. Good news is that blinking most of our creatures is, like, exceedingly bad for the opponent, so, like, they probably don't want to do that. So this means if we draw Ghostly Flicker, it doesn't matter because they have a Displacer in play anyways. We can't combo through a Displacer, so we basically just need to draw a second copy of Path. Oh, yeah, you're right, huh? It doesn't stop the combo because they flick it. I just get another one. Yeah, you're super right, Mini Cookies. Yeah, new play pattern. Still getting used to it. That's super true. We didn't win the game, but all right. So Naru costs 4, and then we can chord for 4, so we can get 2 chords for 4 here. Is what we currently have. It's 2 chords for 4, right? Because this is 4 and then chord for 4. I think I just passed for now. Is there a way in Modern to chord into Ghostly Flicker, chat? Chat, to the Gatherer. I send you out like my tiny monkey minions. So I think what I want to do here is Chord for 3 and then Naru the Chord, and then the first Chord will get Reflector Mage targeting the Thought-Knot Seer, and then the second Chord will get Eternal Witness, pick my Chord back up. How do we feel about that? Is that good? Because I think they'll Displacer the Thought-Knot Seer in response to the Reflector Mage targeting it. But then, if we draw Path to Exile, we can still path it in between there, which seems good. And then it takes some of their mana down. And then if we draw Ghostly Flicker, I guess we're not live to combo anymore if we draw Ghostly Flicker, right? But we'd have an Eternal Witness in play, so we could Ghostly Flicker, Flick. Why is Mage and Click better? Click doesn't do anything, Wannabe Beetle. Yeah, they just buy all the Displacer back in. I think I just take the hit here for now. I think I want to just wait and try and... I think I don't want to pull the trigger on either of these until I draw a Ghostly Flicker, and I can just take hits for a couple of turns here. Also, if I draw a land, I can then Chord for 5 and then Naru the Chord for 5. Yeah, so now I have Chord for 5, Naru Chord for 5, which is a little bit better. Yeah, I get to Thragdad plus Slime. Do I want to slime an Aether Vial, or do I want to slime an Eldrazi Temple? That's not how Acidic Slime works. No, it doesn't, because, chat, you can't take this off the table because they'll Displacer it. You can't take this off the table because they'll Displacer it. They're pathing my Scavenging Ooze. Alright, well now I have to go for it here, right? I think I have to go for it here. That's true. Taking the Vial means their board's constrained more, which is nice. And, like, Thragtusk gets to beat down. Yeah, I think I'm just supposed to go. No, I don't really care about the Scavenging Ooze. The only reason I care about the Scavenging Ooze leaving is because I wanted to Chord for 5 this turn, or double Chord for 5 this turn. Alright, so I'm getting two things here. Is it just Slime plus Thragtusk? I think it's just Slime plus Thragtusk, right? I don't care about the path. The Scavenging Ooze is just a 2/2, chat. I could kill an Eldrazi Temple here, just because it allows... Okay, you know what's actually kind of sweet? If we had Restos in this deck, we could get every Resto out of our deck right now. You'd get to, like, copy the Chord, and then, like, Resto, Blink, Naru, copy the Chord, Resto, Blink, Naru, copy the Chord. Which is actually kind of awesome. I don't want to put the Chord back in my hand, because my opponent has the ability to flick their Thought-Knot Seer and take my Chord away. Correct. That's more 4-drops. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. It is definitely more 4-drops. I wouldn't cut anything for Resto. They're clunky and expensive. Would you like to trade your Thought-Knot for an Acidic Slime? What an awkward game of Magic the Gathering. So now they just block and blink their own thing? God, this game is miserable. Oh, this is awkward. Why did they just take 7? I'm so confused. There should probably be a Linvala in our 75. Should probably be a Linvala in the 75. Or a Evoker. Probably Linvala, though. I should technically be attacking before I play my thing, because by playing my card out, I tell my opponent I didn't draw a Path to Exile for the turn, so it lets them block plus blink their thing freely. It's very possible I pulled the trigger on the Naru too soon, and I should have waited till we drew a Ghostly Flicker. I mean, that's a good draw. That means that if we draw a Ghostly Flicker, we can combo them. One more mana we can Chord for him are cool. Oh, with Displacer plus Flicker. Yeah, you're right. You're right. With Displacer plus Flicker, they can interrupt us. Just Displacer doesn't interrupt it, but when you add Flicker into the mix, they can. So the deck can draw infinite cards at instant speed, but you can't kill them with Walking Ballista at instant speed. You can gain infinite health though, which is nice. Sure. So this is going to force our hand on the Chord of Calling. So let's see what we draw here. Ghostly Flicker. It's a Vend to click. All right, so I'm definitely going to click them in response here. Yes, you can at instant speed gain infinite life, make infinite 3/3s, and blow up all their lands. That is correct. You basically get to do everything except actually kill them. Alright, well they can keep all of those. And then what am I courting for? I think I actually get Eternal Witness here because I'm just going to pick a land back up to my hand, but getting Eternal Witness makes Ghostly Flicker a better draw. So, like, obviously I don't want to get a spell in my hand because the Thought Knot Seer is going to take it away. But I think putting Eternal Witness in play is valuable. Oh, yeah, I punted by not leaving 2 up, and then they punted back. They literally have an Aether Vial in play, chat. I was like, why is this a 4/2? Oh, that card has more text. Look at that. And I'm up 3 minutes on clock here too, so like, while I think we're a dog to win this game, like, there's a chance that like we play 2 long games and time them out. Because I want the click to block their Flicker Wisp. Because the Flicker Wisp is what's actually killing me, chat. They blink my click, chat. They just blink it with the open mana. It is absurd how many people don't understand the text box on the cards my opponents have. It is absurd. Alright, there's a Ghostly Flicker. What the fuck does that let me do? That's gotta be good enough to win the game, right? I don't know. I'm currently unsure if that's good enough to win the game, but I'm pretty sure that's good enough to win the game, right? Am I out of shock lands to get? I might be out of fetchable lands, actually. Yeah, I'm actually out of fetchable lands. That fetch doesn't matter. Flicker Slime Witness is interesting. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good too. I think I want to gain a little bit of health here, but Flicker Slime Witness is pretty good. I can take them off their lands. Whoa, they conceded. Holy shit. I have no idea why they conceded, but I'll take it. That's so fun fact. So everybody remembers Eldrazi Winter. People that have played Modern long enough remember what Eldrazi Winter was, right? During Eldrazi Winter, I top-8'd and opened playing Kiki Chord, a deck very much like this. A big part of why I top-8'd that open playing Kiki Chord wasn't because Kiki Chord was good against Eldrazi. It was because lots of people that play Magic break down and don't make good decisions while board states get really large, and I'm above average at evaluating large board states. So basically my opponents would start making basically attack all motions, and I would line up efficient blocks, and my opponents would lose games that they were strong favorites to win if they didn't break down under large boards. You're tired, Christy. You should go to bed. What's your advice on learning that? Just lots of practice. Yeah, honestly, this might be okay just for more removal. The lack of Linvala in the 75 is probably an oversight. It's a good flexible card. What do I want to cut, though? A lot of our cards seem pretty good. I guess Scavenging Ooze is pretty mediocre, huh? Walking Ballista is also technically removal, so I guess this is pretty bad against Displacer, but I guess this is pretty good against their deck in general. What else do I want to cut here? I need one more cut. Rec Sage hits Vile and stuff like that, but maybe that's too narrow. I've never been, and there's a lot of people that aren't used to large board states. Click is good for blocking their flying creatures, which is good. And on the back of Naru, Click can even trade with Restoration Angel. I'm going to submit. I like the idea of bringing in Engineered Explosives, though, because we do just need to kick their Displacers off the table. I've played very little Limited personally. I'm going to keep on the draw with the Scribe. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan again. Never mind. Forgot I'm the best. Boop. Never didn't have it. This Magic game's tough, chat. Let me tell you. Tell you about things that are hard. Magic the Gathering. Toughest there is. Skill game. Better player always wins, etc., etc. We've had a lot of games where we went Noble Snake Wall on 2. Feels really great. Is there any consideration for Diabolic Intent? You have plenty of dorks to sacrifice. Is that card modern legal? Did they reprint that in a set that I missed? Also, this deck doesn't have black mana in it. Magic's a low variance game. Noble Snake Wall will be the name of my 90s rock / hair metal band. Thank you. God bless. Oh no. Oh, I thought they were going to ghost corner me. I was scared. The opponent mulliganed to 5 for reference, so their hand was bad, but they mulliganed a bunch. Our keep was probably arguably worse than the opponent's, if we want to get technical. Are they dead in our untap? I think they're dead on our untap, right? I get to go path. Oh, they're not quite dead, right? Because I only have 7 power here. I think I'm going to path this just because I don't get to draw a card because Leonin Arbiter is symmetrical. Oh yeah, they're dead because of Stirring Wildwood? Yeah, they're dead to Stirring Wildwood. They're playing Leonin Arbiter, don't give them credit. It was a weird game. Gosh, I love decks like this. They play such interesting games of Magic. This wasn't a particularly interesting game of Magic, but like that first game where we had like, I like big board states. I like complex, lots of things going on. The first match against Hallowed one was really good too. How's everyone doing? We're waiting for the third match to pop up. Just like to thank everybody for dropping in. I'm mostly recovered from my exceedingly long stream. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me here streaming day in and day out. I stream Magic full-time here, play a ton of Modern, we play some Legacy, we play some Vintage. You can also support my stuff by checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com will help you turn some of your cards into other cards or cash, direct with other players. There's no haggling, they just take a 1% fee off the top. Mack Weldon provides premium men's clothing using code Jeff Hogan at bit.ly/HugoClothes. You can save 20% on your first order of premium shorts, underwear, socks, t-shirts, polos, all sorts of great stuff there. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anaronix, Justin Nivik, and all of y'all out there. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Remember, if you are enjoying this stuff and you are new, make sure you hit the follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything, and it lets you know when I go live and with what. If you can't catch everything live, like if you didn't watch all 22 hours of our stream yesterday, be sure to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. 100% of the stuff I archived there gets added to my YouTube channel. Break it up by deck and by matchup. I did 500 bits for Tron Super Friends, but I didn't see it in the spreadsheet. Was it updated? Are you still tallying? Also the same bit. So here's the problem with bits. I love bits, but there isn't a bit dashboard, so I definitely missed it. Thank you for reminding me. So I will get those 500 bits plus this additional 500 bits for Tron Friends. Sorry about that. If you notice, if anybody notices anything else that I might have missed, I think I tallied and updated everything on the spreadsheet, but I do occasionally miss things. And yesterday was super hectic, so I almost assuredly missed a few here and there. Thank you for the support, Terran Terror, as always. We're 2-0 in this league with Naru Chord. Sweet mid-range value combo deck. My favorite type of deck in Modern, mid-range value combo. Make shirts with some of your crazy quotes from the stream. Christy and I have talked about those. We need to put together some merch at some point. You're not the first person to suggest to request that, so I probably should do that. Congrats, Pythrion. Come on, Tronland, you get out of here. The mods just worked overtime too, so... Blood Moon is a fair and balanced card. Soulforge too good for Modern. Come at me. We got you. We got you. Is it a mid-range value combo deck different from a mid-range value deck? Yeah, this one has a combo finish. It's not like green-white unplayables. This one can kill people. Siru with the 7-month resubscription. Thank you very much for the continued support and welcome back. Duru Thra Franklin with the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people. You can support a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month. That's true. They are both bad, but this one's slightly less bad. It's like slightly less poop. It's like pick your kind of poop you like. This one's slightly less poopy. Land. Tilt. At least we can play Eternal Witness next turn and rebuy a land that way, which is nice. Subs only get timed out if they ask for a timeout, or if they have to say like really obnoxious to not directly ask for it. In general, subs get more leeway than non-subs. Why would I want to witness for Noble Hierarch? Against a deck that likely is full of sweepers, I would much rather just naturally hit all of my land drops. I'm not really accelerating to anything at this point. So I think people undervalue hitting all of their land drops consistently in matchups like this. Will I be writing an article about this deck? Not necessarily. They could be just... Honestly, with the Is It Charm and the Sleight of Hand, I think there's a non-zero chance they could be playing the Possibility Storm deck that we've played on stream a few times. This main deck, Anger? Yeah, I think they're playing the Possibility Storm deck. Is It Charm isn't, like, completely unheard of in other blue-red decks. I would buy so much of your merch. I need to sit down and talk with Christy about it this week and figure out where we wanna host stuff like that at. Do I want to... I think I'm actually just gonna play this Ballista out for X's 2 here. I don't think I wanna witness back another land at this point. That's too clunky. Too much work. Definitely Possibility Storm. This will be a Ballista or an Endless one. Monster with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. Man, we are like stone fucking cold to getting comboed next turn, huh? It's a shame they're not playing one of those shitty Blue Moon decks that can never beat our value game plan. Instead, they're going to put an Emrakul into play next turn and we're going to die. We'll make them show us that they don't have Emrakul in hand here. Just confirm that they're playing the Possibility Storm deck. Yeah, looks like the Storm deck we 5-0'd with. Top deck candy. Yeah, if we do end up doing it, we'll probably do it through one of the website services that like automates most of it for me, so that way we can have them in a variety of sizes and stuff supported that way. So Kitchen Finks seems pretty bad here. Reflector Mage actually seems okay. Negate is great, obviously. Eidolon means they can't storm in the same turn as us, which gives us a chance to Rec Sage the storm, which is nice. Although I guess it's really hard to Rec Sage Probability Storm, huh? It's like impossible to Rec Sage Possibility Storm. You have to like slide into it. Pretty unlikely. Forge-Tender for Anger of the Gods sounds excellent. Wet Ball does slow them down. Wet Ball slows them down similar to Eidolon. Wet Ball makes it cost 8 mana for them to combo in the same turn, because it costs 5 to play Possibility Storm, and then 1 to play Endless One, and 2 to play Emrakul. So Damping Fear does slow them down. Yeah, I need to look into the options, Maester, but when we do figure it out, we're hopefully going to do somewhere that ships all over the place. Oh, they literally can't. That's true. Eidolon locks people out under Possibility Storm. Yeah, Eidolon's really good. I think I'm going to board this out, and I'm going to leave Acidic Slime in. Because just killing all of their land should be enough to beat them when we combo. I don't need to actually kill them in the same turn. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh. Oh, I should have boarded the paths out. Yeah, there shouldn't be any paths in my deck. I forgot about those. These should 0% be in my deck. Towards Degenerate Vizier. Thank you for the bits, will do. They do let us path their own things. That's going to happen in non-zero amount of the time. That's true. I think I'm going to use these to fetch around Blood Moon here, since I have double Coiling Oracle. So I'll fetch basic Forest, basic Island, play Oracle. These should 10 out of 10. Not be in my deck, though. They should just be more creatures. Probably like this, 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 and this. Or maybe even 1 or 2 wet balls. If we get a game 3, that'll be a change we make. He says as he draws another Path to Exile. Tilt. So we've now double mulliganed here because of bad life decisions. Malaya with the brand new, or the 2-month resubscription. Thank you and welcome back. I appreciate that. Anger will be real annoying next turn, but I don't really have the luxury of playing around it. That's also bad for us. White source, white source. Ding. Yeah, I'll get the extra green because it lets us chord. This should be pretty hard for them to take off the table. Eat crow, Hogland. Eat crow, Hogland. Damn it, opponent. Why was your deck built by someone who's so smart? Why did they put such good cards in your Magic deck, opponent? All right, we're done here on the 3rd Path to Exile draw. Good games, opponent. Oh, that's a beating. That's a beating. Roast killed our Eidolon. He was thoroughly roasted. It was a promo roast. All right, the real question is, do I want this to be the last deck for today, or do I want to play one more? I feel like I might have one more in me. Good games, Rick. You have Hollow Flare and Historic Summoning combo towards the top of the queue. I did not end up playing the Ascension deck, Bob. I'm just going to wait till Alpine Moon drops. We'll give it a try after the Alpine Moon drops. It seems fine. It's not super impressive, but it's got all of our colors. It's probably pretty reasonable against a control deck. I'm supposed to bring Eidolon in this matchup in this deck. Probably not. Usually don't like bringing in Eidolon if you don't have enough instant speed threats. And I feel like we probably don't quite have enough instant speed threats. It shuts off Tron altogether. So Tron looks at the super types of the cards. Or the subtypes, they're subtypes. So it looks at the subtypes, and that card strips subtypes. Oh, Eidolon does turn off our combo, doesn't it? Does that mean it's a card we want? I didn't think about that, because we're obligated to play 2 cards in a turn to combo, right? You know what? I think I made a small mistake here. You, in general, want to prioritize fetching shock lands against the control decks like this, because they're going to path us and Field of Rune us, which means I want to leave my basics in my deck by and large. Maybe Wannabe Beetle. It's possible that we just, like, want a pile of wet balls instead. Deal. I would love a land. So we're at 5 mana here. We actually have enough mana to combo here in a little bit. So, if we get to just make these 2 land drops here and they tap out, we combo them at instant speed. Which is kind of fucking awesome. I want to put enough stuff into play here to encourage them to Verdict us next turn, so that way they maybe tap out, so that way we can combo them the following turn. Deal. I mean, every combo deck can answer the powerful cards out of your opponent. Like, again, like, when someone says a card is good against a combo deck, they're not saying you cast that card and the combo deck concedes the game. They're saying that card in conjunction with the other cards in your deck are going to be good enough to disrupt that combo deck to give you a chance of winning. That's what they're saying in my mind. I think I'm just going to pass here. I think defining tiers is kind of an arbitrary metric that I think is silly, that a lot of people waste too much time bickering over. I think I'd rather just say, like, that deck seems like a playable deck that people play consistently in Modern, and it's going to be powerful and put up results if you're good with it. KCI is an objectively strong deck. I agree with that assessment. Evening, Jeff. Reporting to help build up the motherland. Mr. Lifeguard, thank you for the 4-month resubscription. I really appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. My mana cost is the amount of money you have to send me for me to play a league with a deck of your choice. Do I want to jam this Chord of Calling? I kind of want to jam this Chord of Calling. So, do I jam Thragtusk here, or do I probably jam when they activate Azcanta, right? I think I jam when they activate Azcanta. So we lose to we fail to combo if they have a counter spell or a Path to Exile here, but I think this is our best shot, especially if they're going to start gaining a lot of card advantage. So what I'm going to do here is, if they don't have anything, I'm going to assemble enough mana to Chord of Calling for Acidic Slime. And then I'm going to Acidic Slime every single one of their lands. Oh, I shouldn't have done the Shock Land. That's silly. They don't want to pay health. That's fine if they don't have. So... the instant speed combo is sweet. It's really awesome. So now I'm going to blink Eternal Witness and Naru. So this Eternal Witness will come back. Naru will target that. Eternal Witness is going to get Chord of Calling. Now I'll kill all their lands. This is such fucking gas. This is so great. Can we just talk about how great this is for half a second? This is truly wonderful. Just nice Azcanta activation. God, this is awesome. This deck is great. This deck is awesome. Woo! Getcha! Getcha! Ooh. Ooh. Alright, so I want these negates. Well, I didn't blame the opponent for making me click to the point where they made me click, because there's no way they knew what was coming, right? Like, waiting to find out what was coming, like, is perfectly reasonable on their aspect. Land D hype. I don't think you need actual lethal. I think just destroying all of your... You can destroy all of your opponent's lands and gain infinite health. So, like, I think that's fine. I think destroying all of their lands and gaining infinite health is fine. Yeah, the Ballista might not even be necessary, honestly. This could probably just be another Wall of Omens. There's no Jaces to sideboard out. I think I want Engineered Explosives in this matchup. Path to Exile is a pretty easy cut. Reflector Mage is bad. So honestly, maybe these cards just become more counterspells. Counterspells seem sweet. These negates seem great. Teferi could be okay. Teferi technically ramps us. Since we can combo in our end step, we can float mana, untap with Teferi, and then combo. You can play... I would probably play more Flooded Strands before I play Wooded Foothills. The Misties are optimal because you have basic islands. Like, obviously you can budget those, but they are worse. You're not going to lose every game with that change, but you're going to lose some of them. Yeah, Restoration Angel could be sweet. I'm gonna say it feels like there's something here just because I love this deck. There may or may not be something here, but this deck is certainly very sweet. I'm gonna keep this. Like, draw some lands, draw some mana dorks. I think the fourth Wall of Omens is pretty great. I think the fourth Wall of Omens is pretty great. This deck is a hoot, to say the least. I mean, this card's clunky too, though. So it's replacing one clunky card with another clunky card. I would probably be tempted to try Resto before I tried something like Teferi, just because it's got more synergy with the rest of the deck. I think this deck's way sweeter than the Saheeli combo deck. I think the Saheeli combo deck is, like, pretty all-in, and this deck's very value-based, and I'm a sucker for value-based things. Our Coiling Oracles have been excellent so far today, so let's see if that keeps up. Tilt. I am going to claim I came up with this idea, and anybody else who plays it is stealing. It must be called Beetle Chord. Does that mean if you say its name 3 times in a mirror, something bad happens to you? Beetle Chord, Beetle Chord, Beetle Chord. There's an old pop culture reference for you. Suddenly Geoff appears. That's great. All right, I hit my land drop. What does that mean? I think we're going to start by attacking with both of these. If they want to settle me, that's fine. I wouldn't mind 2 more lands. That's also okay with me. All right, so do I want to... I think I just want to hold up Mystic Snake here. Just going to pass. I hear if you say it 3 times, you get stuck playing Lantern Control for a Grand Prix. What a horrible, horrible thing to have to do. Resto's probably really good in this deck because you get to nickel and dime control decks really well when they're just petrified of tapping out against you at any point. The fact that we combo fully at instant speed is absurd. I think I'm just going to windmill this Acidic Slime here. I see Jeff playing this at an open in a Jeff Hoagland costume. If this gets commanded, we get to witness it back, which is fine. Disdainful Stroke. That card's pretty good against us. Counters Naru and Chord of Calling. I think Eerie, we already have 3 copies of Ghostly Flicker. Stop trying to win more. Part of me wants to just keep hitting land drops here. Are they countering this? Yeah. Maybe I should lead on the Scavenging Ooze there. We're 2-1 in this league. Yeah, we're 2-1. We're up a game in this third match, or this fourth match. We lost to Possibility Storm. So Holly could be okay. It's a payoff for infinite mana, which is nice. Actually, let's just do this so I can hold up Mystic Snake. Snap. I'm pretty confident in saying Snapcaster Mage is worse than Eternal Witness in this deck. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Candyman, I think because we're playing 4 copies of Ghostly Flicker, we need to maximize playing creatures that are good with Ghostly Flicker, just so our Ghostly Flickers are less dead when we draw them. Yeah, I guess it doesn't make sense to let the Ballista go into the sphere. I had in my head that I could get it back later, but if I get it back, it's going to be a 0/0 and die. So putting the Ballista under the sphere doesn't make any sense. That's correct. A snake, oh, it's a snake. What a non-constructive piece, something to add to the discussion. Yeah, fuck these long games of Magic where both players have to make a bunch of meaningful decisions. Fuck that. Magic players like to hate everything. If you're dying on turn 3 to burn, Magic's no fun. If your games last until turn 16 against a control deck, that's no fun. What's actually fun? What's actually fun? Can we talk about that? Good job playing around Meddling Mage. Tilt. Winning with my crappy deck. Fair. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Angel Havoc with the $10 donation. This may be Snake Tribal, but this deck's got legs. $10 reduced for the topmost SI Belcher Oops League. Sounds good, Angel Havoc. I think I'm just end-stepping a Naru here. And just, like, beating them down. Especially since I have this path to take the colony out if it tries to block. It's a shame this can't fork their spells. Because I'm going to cast this at their end step. I didn't activate Gavony because I want to put a second creature into play. I do, in fact, love combo decks that kill people with crappy creatures. Mediocre backup plans are my favorite thing in Modern. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, Moto. Come on, fire up the colonnade. Let's go. Let's go. You want to make sure you path when they enter combat, because if they have logic, not or negate, you want them to have to tap the colonnade to cast it. They have mana leak. It's a little annoying. Green Chopper, thanks for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for the support. That means if their top card of their deck's a blank, we potentially kill them next turn. Kitchen Finks plus Gavony is a combo, which is nice. Yep. Tuck my Finks. Tuck my Finks. Yeah, did you? Sweet. 3 and 1. 3 and 1. This ambush viper is so big. Alright, well, we confirmed that this is a modern deck, which is nice. Yeah, so thoughts. I think the Eidolons on the board are silly because they stop us from comboing. So I think I would cut those. I would probably add more counterspells. Maybe a third Negate or a Unified Will. Like maybe like a third counterspell and a fourth Damping Sphere. I think I'd cut the Walking Ballista from the main for another Wall of Omens. I'd want a Linvala in the 75 probably. Yeah, what do I want to... I'm not sure where I want to fit that. I don't have a Duskwatch in the 75. Scavenging Ooze is great. You definitely want it in the 75. Yeah, Dispel could be good. That's really mana efficient. I'm so glad I made this command. Just the smartest and thinnest. We're going to get a lot of mileage out of that command. Burn alignment chart. That's great. This is going to be my last match of the night. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll be live again tomorrow morning, late morning, early afternoon. I plan to stream for a few hours again. So I recently just got done streaming a bunch, but I felt like playing a little bit tonight. Can I put this towards Chad Tribal? For sure, nod. 10 out of 10 will do. That seems fine. So we'll play this last match. We'll make some edits to this deck for the future, and then I'll be back tomorrow. I would probably play Teferi before I played Jace. Jace is a pretty mediocre Magic card in Modern. He's less mediocre in this deck than a lot of other decks because this deck can block for him at least and he ramps into it, but I still don't think it's particularly great. Modern, again, is just a format that's about impacting the board as fast as possible, and Jace is really bad at doing that. We do technically have our combo in hand. That was a phenomenal draw. I missed what Five Brain said, obviously. If I don't respond to your comment in chat, it's very unlikely that I'm ignoring you. It's more likely that I just didn't see your message. So, again, chat, one of the things I mentioned earlier, I think... Are they playing 8-Rack? They might be playing 8-Rack. One of the things I think you're obligated to do with this deck, because we have Ghostly Flicker... I think you need to maximize. That card's red and black, right? Arcanomancer. Enters the battlefield, return to answer. That's for Arcanomancer doesn't do anything with... It's just worse than Eternal Witness. Why would I play that over Eternal Witness? We are 3-1, and this is the first game of the 5th match. I mean, nothing pushed Jace out of the format. Jace was never really in the format once people tested him because he's just not good. So, probably not 8-rack. Mardu something. Urborg is weird. Yeah, Acidic Slime has more utility, though. And again, just like, I feel like if I was adding a 4-drop, I want something that has a little bit more utility than that. I'm gonna fetch Breeding Pool here. I guess I grab Hallowed Fountain, too. Hallowed Fountain's probably not bad. I mean, we could cast Scarab God right now, right? So obviously we should play it. How do I deal with burnout? I enjoy doing what I do. I don't really get burnt out because I'm here having fun. So, I think I just want to hold up Ghostly Flicker here rather than play another Coiling Oracle out. I think there's a good chance they're a sweeper-based deck. Cast Divination. I would definitely burn out if I was expected to, like, play only Goblin Guide decks constantly, but, like, there's a lot of sweet things to be doing in Modern pretty constantly, so, like, it's tough to burn out, especially, like, if you had to play Standard all the time, maybe I would burn out. I could see that. They're almost dead on board here. We have this Gavony Township activation. Man. Terminate, Fatal Push, and terminate your shitters. That's gotta feel terrible. I should have fetched blue sources here, because technically we need triple blue to combo. We are flooding a touch. Oh, where am I? I have no idea. I think things like Tron and Burn... Things like Tron and Ad Nauseam should be considered burn, but I think like Zoo decks are considered burn decks by and large. Are they playing Mardu Pyromancer with an Urborg? All right, I don't really know what they're doing. Do I assume they're on Mardu Pyromancer? I kind of feel like our main deck is pretty good against Mardu Pyromancer, right? My gut says I just, like, want some counter spells. Or keep them off of sweepers and shit. I think EE is expensive. I'd rather have Path to Exile in this matchup. Yeah, I guess Forge-Tender's pretty good too, huh? Click and Reflector Mage seem kind of mediocre if they're on a Mardu deck. Board out, Path, Click, Reflector, bring in Negate, Forge-Tender. I think I like that. No, I think with 4 Ghostly Flickers, you have more than enough of that effect. You don't want more Dirtle Do-Nothing cards. That's the worst part about playing decks like this on stream, is that there's so many people in chat that all they want to do is add more Dirtle Do-Nothing cards. So I feel like I spend half my stream just like telling people, no, stop trying to put cards in your deck that don't do anything. No, stop trying to put cards in your deck that don't do anything. No, stop trying to put cards in your deck that don't do anything. What is your opinion on Condemn versus Path to Exile? What do you mean? Like, do you want me to say something more than like Path to Exile is very good and Condemn is very narrow and bad? Like, do you need more explanation than that? I'm not sure I understand exactly what you're asking. I would need to see an exact list, thinking Chimp, but we've played Assault Formation decks before. 90% of players in reality are Commander players and don't know it. I probably agree with that, Holy Diva. And this style of deck definitely attracts them more than others, I think. I'm gonna fetch a basic forest just in case they left Blood Moon in. Non-zero chance there's Blood Moons in their deck right now. So I'm just gonna make a small hedge here. I assume that this is gonna... I'm assuming that this is just gonna eat shit and die here, but something's gonna have to eat through the removal at some point. Gotta grind it out. This deck is so sweet, even I like it, when normally a turn 4 is a boring late game for me. Fair. Yeah, I think the fact that this deck doesn't have the awkward mana that Kiki Jiki demands and the combo can be fully instant speed, I think are pretty big leg ups from, God, I am just the fucking smartest, thinnest goddamn Magic player on the planet. Just, yep. You left Blood Moon in against my Noble Hierarch deck. You got it. I am cut off. Cut off. No more basic lands for me. I guess I'll bring in my Rec Sage for the last one, because like this card's like kind of annoying. Welcome to Thunderdome. Population Noble Hierarch. I don't think this matchup's generally bad for them, Bob. I think Pyromancer and Bedlam Reveler are both annoying cards for me to try and beat through. Have you considered putting Kiki in here to cast under Blood Moon, right? Asking the real questions. Ooh, that's a little brutal. Because these lock up this. I'll have to take my Path to Exile away. Because the Path was going to be my way to get another blue for this. Double Escalate there's pretty aggressive. Yeah, definitely going to bring this in for the last one. Honestly, I might board in these. I'm going to board in the explosives for the last one, too. I wasn't 100% what they were doing. The fact that they had an Urborg in their main deck kind of threw me that, like, maybe they weren't playing Mardu Pyromancer. Oh, that's true, Bob. That's true. So that's why they double escalate. So that makes sense. If this would have been any other removal spell, I would have sacrificed the Selfless Spirit to save my Noble Hierarch there, but obviously Indestructible doesn't save for -2/-2. Well, if they don't have double removal here, this Walking Ballista will be able to power through the Lingering Souls, which is nice. This card's good here, but I still think I'm probably going to end up trimming it. Dr. Dre says, "Nothing, you idiots. Dr. Dre's dead. Is locked in my basement. Look at him walking around, grabbing the you-know-what, flipping him the you-know-who. Yeah, but he's so cute, though. Probably got a couple of screws up in my head loose." Yeah, but, like, I can't search for it, Bob. Like, the fact that I drew it is nice, but, like, I don't have any way to access this card consistently. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that Ballista's about to win this game. There's a good chance Ballista's about to win this game, but... Alright, I'm actually just not even going to play that. I'm just going to activate Ballista this turn. No worse than what's going on in your parents' bedroom. My mama's on your lips. My mama's on your lips. Listen, who doesn't love a little Eminem, really? No, I meant cut it from the 75, Bob. I don't think it's very good in the 75. Like, obviously it's great here. Like, if we have a game 3, I'm keeping the Walking Ballista, and I just don't think it's good in this deck in general. Woof, that's brutal. That's brutal. That's probably the game. Alright, so I fucked up and then they punished me. I didn't play around Mana Morphos into Liliana the Last Hope. Silly me. We can also gain infinite health, and we can make infinite 3/3s with Thragtusk. So we have a lot of tools for effectively winning the game when we combo that you don't need Ballista. Well, we can draw our entire deck, Rogue. With Wall of Omens, with Wall of Omens and Coiling Oracle when you combo, you pick your entire deck up. So, like, you find the Walking Ballista when you combo. And, like, when you combo, what you're able to do is, like, dictated by, like, the cards you have access to. And if you have a Chord of Calling, you just, like, get everything. Why'd they tap their Swamp? They just misclick? They have a red spell? You have another Mana Morphos, maybe? Oh, did they think this was going to make black mana? Yeah, they must have fucked up. Yeah, they fucked up. I didn't block there because I'm dumb. Or unless they have a bolt. They could have a bolt, I guess. I'm going to kill this and then ship the Coiling Oracle into here. Saheeli could be okay. I don't know if that's better than just, like, playing a Resto, though. No, I don't think so. Yet the tutoring isn't the problem, chat. If you have a tutor, you can get a Wall of Omens and then draw your entire deck. So, like, being able to chord for it isn't a big deal. They know about this Mystic Snake. I mean, I think you can explain Urborg Blood Moon without even getting into layers, Angel Havoc. Like, Blood Moon, you can say, takes all the rules text off of a card, off of lands, and this making everything mountains is part of its rules text. So, like, this stops working because it doesn't have text because it's now a mountain. I think it's a fairly straightforward way to say it. Yeah, Urborg is a mountain, so thus it doesn't have Urborg's text. And I definitely get that you can get into the complexity of layers and stuff like that, but I think it's just, like, much more straightforward. Just be like, it's a mountain, mountains don't make things swamp. That's actually a really good draw. So I get to jam this Kitchen Finks, then hold the Negate up. We're, like, pretty far behind if they hit, like, a Bedlam Reveler, but if they don't hit a Bedlam Reveler, we're actually in a pretty good spot here. Because, like, the Kitchen Finks being added to the board even means we can cast Chord of Calling if we draw it, which is nice. I mean, I actually think Urborg Blood Moon is a pretty intuitive interaction. I'm going to negate a Looting Flashback here. Just, like, they have so much air in their deck at this point. I'm going to negate that one, too. I just, like, don't want to get this caught in my hand while they have a discard spell. It's like taking a 1/1. Taking a 1/1 is fine. Yep. That's probably the end of the road for us, unless we hit, like, a Ghostly Flicker, like, ASAP. It's possible you could have argued that I should have held the Mystic Snake for a Bedlam Reveler since it's their best card to claw them back into the game. Well, so you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying that's not a guarantee, but I'm saying there's a chance. We did draw Cryptic Command. We drew Cryptic Command. So they get to terminate here, so we don't get to counter the Pyromancer, but we do get a redraw, so that's nice. So, like, we got kind of a 2-for-1 and we get a redraw here. The Mystic Snake dying does cut us off of Chord of Calling, which kind of sucks. Although that puts Chord of Calling back on. Get got. God bless you, Basic Forest. So we can cast every card in our deck now that we draw, so that's nice. Just gonna take this hit for 5 here when they attack. This deck does not have a single Chord Wind Chain. That is something it does not have compared to Kiki Chord. No, that's not strictly true, because you need to be able to Naru with Ghostly Flicker on the stack. So, like, if I drew a Chord here, I think I'm going to probably wait a turn, though. Also, like, remember our combo gets disrupted by the opponent having removal spell as well. So, like, good chance they have removal spells at this point in the game also. Well, this sequencing works out for us. No. Please explain to me how I win with Resto with the Chord. Because I don't see it offhand. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something. Please explain to me how you think it works. The top of our deck's been pretty good so far. They must have another black card in their hand. On the off chance the card in their hand is a discard spell, I'm going to leave this land in my hand, so that way if they have like a Thoughtseize or an Inquisition, they're encouraged to play it out. Currently up 7 minutes on clock. Part of me wishes I, like, logged how much I'm up on clock lifetime in Magic Online, but another part of me knows that it would make me very, very sad to do. I mean, is this matchup tough for us? Like, I genuinely don't know if this matchup is tough for us. I definitely haven't played this deck enough to know if this is bad for us. Like, I feel like everything is going well for my opponent in this game, and like I punted a Walking Ballista that could have locked it up, and like we're still in this game with the top of our deck here. So like, do I need to like put a bunch of cards in my deck to make this matchup that seems okay better? It is a shame that without black or red mana, we don't have a good way to clean up 1/1s. Only options are like Cataclysmic Gearhulk or something like that. I'm gonna take 5 here. Just like want to leave my Finks in play just in case we draw like Ghostly Flicker or something like that. This is game 2 and we are up a game. We're up a game and we're up 8 minutes on clock. I mean, to be fair, even with the slow play, playing Magic Online is still faster than playing Paper Magic 9 times out of 10. So. Then to Bolt and Brutality here, but we're not beating either of those cards anyways, so I'd rather keep my Wall of Omens. That's very fair. Hearthstone is much better than Magic Online about slow play. Like, the differential in clocks right now between myself and my opponent is like the amount of time the average Hearthstone game lasts. I probably should have made them click through their next turn, so there's a non-zero chance we time them out. Pretty sure I want these explosives. Do I want to change anything else here? Forge-Tender seems great. I think I'm happy with all the cards in our deck. I wanted the Rex Sage to tag Blood Moon, because this is annoying. What do I want to cut for these is the question. Engineered kills Moon's End tokens. This probably isn't needed. It's hard to cast, too, when they have Blood Moon out. I guess Forge-Tender is pretty bad in the face of Liliana, but they usually only have one Liliana too, so I think, like, making cuts around Liliana is silly. Like, they get to draw a lot of cards, but, like, making 2 critical adjustments around 1 card seems unnecessary. No, I would just hold the explosives in case they do play Blood Moon. It's a flexible card. So that way if they don't have Blood Moon, I can then use it to, like, clear tokens or kill a young Pyromancer or something. Especially now that I have 2 basic lands. Like, having 2 basic lands makes it even better to wait. Because if they Blood Moon me here, I can then have red, blue, green, and then cast EU for 3. That's why Explosives is such a good card. It allows you to have, even when you don't have, they don't have the thing that's actually really what you wanted to kill, you still have other targets for it. Escalating in brutality here, maybe? It's just a different creature combo deck, Cobra. It has the upside of playing less. Oh, they definitely have a Bedlam Reveler because they just discarded 1. Mystic Snake. Mystic Snake. Mystic Snake. Tilt. That's unfortunate. Just the perfects. The 4th land, 2 mana spell, play Bedlam empty-handed. It's unfortunate they killed our Coiling Oracle and Wall of Omens so aggressively. It makes our Ghostly Flicker a lot worse. Maybe I should have played this out proactively. Took the Forge-Tender. I guess that blocks the Bedlam Reveler for forever, which is nice. or annoying for them more specifically. Well, yep. Kinda. I mean, like, Forge-Tender's, like, basically a removal spell for the Bedlam Reveler. The Forge-Tender would have been fine here. Like, this Bedlam Reveler's gonna kill us. It's a pretty good draw. I think I want to just get this out of bolt range ASAP here. They don't have any creatures in their bin, unfortunately, so I gotta eat out of ours. And obviously, if they have, like, a Push or a Liliana or a Terminator here or whatever, it's gonna suck, but... I should probably... They have 2 Faithless Leaders. I'm just gonna pass the turn here. Leave the last mana up. Oh, they do have a Reveler to eat. You're correct. You're correct. I forgot about that. They have 2 lootings in their bin. Otherwise, I would have gobbled one of those up. You get to see a lot of cards here. Yep. They're at 3 minutes, so not nearly in danger of timing out. Are very likely dead here. It's very possible that the turn I blew up their Blood Moon, I chose to attack them for 3 rather than gaining like 4 on the backswing. So like if I was at +4 here, we potentially have like an extra draw step. So I might have misassessed my role and should have been prioritizing conserving my health total this game. I think I brought out 2 of my Path to Exiles in this game too, right? Yeah, we're probably just at this turn, just like Bolt, because they always have it. Bolt Brutality also does it. Bolt second Bedlam, yep. Yeah, like, people were talking about, like, taking the Forge-Tender being good for us. I think they were very incorrect in that assessment. I also could have preemptively have played out an Engineered Explosives on 3 for a Blood Moon that happened, and then I would have been able to get the Forge-Tender into play. Like, the Forge-Tender would have effectively gained us, like, 12, 15 health this game. Would have been very, very good. They have very limited manners of killing that. So, this deck is neat. I think it suffers from a lot of the same things that these Creature Toolbox decks suffer from. I think it's really, really kind of clunky and awkward in some of the matchups, and it can just get ground out by things like Mardu Pyromancer. I think if you wanted to play this, I would make a couple of changes. I think the Walking Ballista is just not really necessary when you combo, so I'd probably just turn it into another Wall of Omens. Just like having more creatures to maximize our Ghostly Flickers is really valuable. Like that last game you saw there against decks that can pick us apart, like Ghostly Flicker, just like not having text when all of our creatures have died is a pretty big deal. I think in the sideboard, I would cut these Eidolon of Rhetorics. I would probably turn them into like a Linvala and like maybe a Dispel or another Negate, because Eidolon stops us from comboing too, since we need to cast 2 spells. We need to cast 2 spells the turn we combo. Animating a land in response to Blood Moon leaves it a creature until end of turn. So it's possible we could side the combo out, but I think ideally we should have at least 1 creature in play most of the time. So like leaving Ghostly Flicker in should have a pretty low cost of inclusion. And I also didn't really have better cards to bring in for my sideboard. Like maybe I could have brought it back in 1 or 2 paths, but I think like leaving in 2 to 3 Ghostly Flickers or even all 4 is probably pretty reasonable at a minimum. Add Canopies. Maybe Horizon Canopy could be okay. I don't know. Like, I don't think that was the issue necessarily in that game. Like, we have only have 23 lands in the deck. The combo is here. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night, folks. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow, probably late morning, early afternoon, once I eat some breakfast, and I'm going to stream a little bit more. I will be streaming against the Grand Prix, but we're going to be playing Modern per usual. I'll catch everyone around, and of course, I'll be back Monday morning as well for my normal Monday morning streams. Everybody, have a good evening, and thanks for the support as always. Peace, folks.